I would just like to thank LMNT for sponsoring this video.
Beef, it's what's for every meal. Some people say no pain, no gain. I say no pain, no pain. I don't want to die. I mean, someday down the road, when I'm old and gray, I don't want to die anytime soon. Yeah, got to do something about this. Yeah, so I've been having some health problems. I've been dealing with some high blood pressure, and about 6 months ago I was put on medication, which I think has helped a little bit. But I've also had some issues with my fasting glucose being about 130 for about 2 years, and I went to the doctor again this last Monday, and it came back that my fasting glucose was about 130, A1C about 6.0. I got a message back saying, hey, we want to put you on a statin and like an oral type 2 diabetes medication, and I knew that I had problems, and I've been trying to diet, and I've done well, and then you fall off the wagon. It's like I can go forever and eat no carbs and do a keto diet or something like that, and I do great, and then I hit a wall, and it seems like I eat 3 carbs and I gain 10 pounds immediately. So I walk around, a lot of people say I carry my weight well. I mean, I feel like I do. Like, I do physical labor. I move a lot of furniture for a living. Do a lot of cardio, I've been running, I lift weights. I'm not doing it all the time, but I'm trying, but it's not working. And something about the doctor just saying, I'm gonna put you on medication, just kind of got me angry, because not once did they tell me I should go on a diet. Not once did they say I should watch what I eat. All they said is, oh, we'll watch these numbers, right? But I knew there was something going on, and knew there needed to be some changes, and I don't know what to do. People don't know what to do. What do you do? And obviously it's going to be different for all different types of people and their lifestyles, but it seems for me that if I eat carbs, I gain weight. If I eat sugar, I gain weight. If I eat fruits and vegetables, fruits and stuff with even natural sugars, I gain weight. Grains, starches, I gain weight. A week going into that, I knew that a doctor's appointment was on its way. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna do a little experiment, and I'm gonna only eat meat. Essentially a zero carb diet. Some people call it a carnivore diet. And so I go in and I get that blood work back, and they said, your cholesterol is really high, so you should probably be on a statin. And I'm like, well, I haven't told them yet, but I'm not surprised, because I only ate meat for an entire week. But a couple things I noticed happen. A couple days into it, had some problems in the back end. And then I also had like the keto flu type symptoms where, man, I just felt like I had the flu. I had no energy. And I just kept doing it. This is my 11th day, so I'm not that far into it. I'm 11 days in. I started at 264 pounds. It's the 11th day, and today I weighed in at 258, right? There's still stuff there, and I know it's not all here. It's all over. But so I've lost a little bit of weight, but I did notice that after, like, when I'm running, I feel much stronger running already. When I lift weights, I feel much stronger lifting weights, and I'm recovering way faster. I'm starting to notice that my brain is working faster. I'm starting to notice that I feel much better only after 11 days. And I've kind of said a couple things about meat only, like a zero carb diet, and people are like, oh, you're gonna need nutrition and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. But the number one thing I need to make sure I do is I stick around for my wife and my 8 children. I have to get in shape. At least I need to try reversing this, or at least making sure it doesn't escalate, because everyone knows if high blood pressure with high cholesterol, with high stress work, with high glucose, you know, diabetes, just like type 2 diabetes is just not a good place to be. So I decided, you know what, let's find some accountability. Let's start documenting how I'm doing. And I'm not sure how this is going to turn out or what it's going to look like, but I'll tell you right now, I have to do something. I have to do something. Man, I'm so angry. I wish my doctors, I felt like they cared. I'll stick it out. Oh, yeah. I feel like I just have to do something.
Be still and know that you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Yeah, you're gonna make it.
It's day 43 of the no-carb carnivore diet, where essentially I've been eating mostly rooted meat with salt and water, and that's been it. I've added, what have I added? Had a little bit of seasoning on Mother's Day, and I couldn't get the taste of garlic out of my mouth. I never noticed it that much. The garlic would just linger that much. I mean, everyone knows you're not supposed to eat garlic and go on a date, right? But it's day 43, feeling pretty good. My wife told me I'm not allowed to lift up my shirt and show my belly and slap it. Well, I'm 43 years old, and I'm on the 43rd day of the carnivore diet. And I'll tell you, I feel better. You know, I still feel like I'm getting older. Just slowing down, harder time recovering, but I feel much better. No gut issues, no real fatigue, just bursts of energy, and you know, and hope too. Hope that I could reverse this diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. And yeah, I've had some cravings. For some reason, onions sounded good. I don't know why onions, some raw onions with my food. Just got done with the morning run and lifted some weights, and yeah, feeling pretty good. Today is my 60-day check-in. 60 days. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything new that happened. I'm down 18 pounds, so that's almost 20. Obviously, almost those you can count. But I've been eating mostly beef, and then I'm add eggs also with salt and water. And I was trying to be really mindful of what I'm eating. I took my fasting glucose the other day. It was at 111, so that's down. I did try some ground pork the other day, just because it was on sale, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this, and if I like it, maybe I'll grind up a huge pork butt and just use that, you know, put some salt on it. I have added a little bit of pepper every once in a while. Yeah, I smelled some Indian food the other day, so I put a little bit of curry on one of my steaks, and I was like, just barely any, and I'm like, I felt like I'm cheating having flavor, which is totally ridiculous, but because I know it's not going to affect, but it's like I'm trying to be hypersensitive and super just mindful of what I'm actually doing, because it's so easy to be like, I'm doing this, this, and this, but then you're really adding these other things because you don't register, because it's just little things. So you got to pay attention to the little things also. But after eating that pork, I started having a headache. It was either the pork or, see, now I bought some beef liver. I'm gonna try this. I haven't had it in 20 years. Not that bad. So I don't know what it was. I just had a headache for a few days. Yeah, maybe I was dumping something, you know, from losing weight. But I feel good, you know, I'm feeling strong. I could start to feel that my shirts are getting a little looser. It's hard to tell here, but you know, I feel like I'm definitely slimming up. Oh, there it is. One thing I did last night is I ate an entire, like almost like 2 pound essentially chuck steak. And it was like, how would you ever eat a tough chuck steak? Well, what I did is I got a sous vide machine and I cooked that thing for about 3 hours at 135 degrees. Then I seared it and it was so good and so tender. I do not know why everyone doesn't get a sous vide machine and use it, because that was the best. So it has been, we've been in the middle of a heat wave out here in Ohio, and yeah, it's been, you know, like 105, 110 with the heat index, and so it's been pretty crazy. So I've been still trying to get out and lift weights and work out. Whoa, yeah, see? Got some definition. I'm slimmed down much. You know, yeah, I've had people at work saying, "Oh, but you're not overweight. You know, you don't lose too much weight." And I'm like, well, it's not about losing weight completely. It's about feeling better and about not having type 2 diabetes, you know? And I'm willing to suffer some, right? Just to get rid of that, you know? But what I'm really thinking and realizing is that my life is gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to stay away from carbs and sugars. And it's like, I think about that and it's like, oh, never. Well, when you start thinking never, that's never a good thing, you know? No, I just have to change the way I'm thinking and the way I'm eating. And sure, would I like a salad every once in a while? Or a pot sticker? Yeah, but I guarantee if I ate some right now, I'd probably feel horrible. So maybe that's a good incentive not to. So I gotta kind of decide what's my life gonna look like? What is a right diet plan for, almost 44-year-old man that needs to stay off the carbs and sugars, but doesn't want to be so strict that it just seems like life isn't worth living, which isn't true, but my mom seemed very concerned when I told her I was eating only meat. She's like, what about vitamins and all that kind of stuff? And I'm like, well, there's vitamins in meat, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just trying. 25-pound marker. A couple years ago, I went on a diet and I got down to 238. I guarantee I was probably around 243-ish, and it got dehydrated pretty good and weighed in. But like that diet I was on that time I was eating only fruits and nuts for breakfast and lunch, and then whatever I wanted for dinner. And it took me till August, like 8 months or so, to get to that weight, and I was depleted, and I felt like I lost a bunch of muscle mass. I felt weak. I felt very weak. I did not like it, but I do not feel weak right now. I feel stronger than I've been in a long time. I can actually just bust out running and do a bunch of push-ups and all that stuff, and I haven't been this strong in quite a while. 81-day check-in. Oh yeah.
And rolling.
All right, so today is my 90-day on the carnivore diet check-in. And ironically, I'm sitting here cooking cabbage with onions and peppers and garlic for the rest of the family. I'm not eating it. I'm gonna complete this challenge. I want to say perfectly, but I've ate 99.9%, just mostly me. I had mushrooms at the start of it, but I cut out everything else. And it's been, I did a weigh-in this morning and I was down 27 pounds. And so I'm completing my 90-day challenge, and I don't think I can quit. That being said, I want some pot stickers. It's like a bonus, but I am afraid that what the carbs are going to do to me. But if anyone is considering trying to get their health in check, right? Staying off the carbs and the sugars has just worked great for me. This all meat diet has worked great for me. There's some, with a big family, there's some hard things you got to balance. I've been cooking all my meals and prepping, and so there's been difficulties, right? And you got to make sure you don't get hungry, and so you don't cheat, and finding out, are you hungry, and all those types of things. But I would recommend it to anyone that thinks it might help them, because being down 27 pounds, right? I don't feel totally healed. I still feel 44 years old, but I'm like, if I did 180, I have a feeling that my body will react well to it, and I'll feel better than I have in the last 15 years, maybe 20.
During the last 12 months on my carnivore diet, I have experienced a lot of muscle cramps and fatigue during my workouts. I ended up with muscle cramps, and I didn't realize until further in that I was missing a lot of sodium. LMNT is a tasty electrolyte drink mixed with everything you need and nothing you don't. That means a lot of salt with no sugar. It contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio, 1000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, with none of the junk, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. LMNT is formulated to help anyone with electrolyte needs and is perfectly suited for folks following a keto, low-carb, paleo diet, even a carnivore diet. LMNT can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. When you sweat, the primary electrolyte loss is sodium. Athletes can lose up to 7 grams per day. When sodium is not replaced, it is common to experience muscle cramps and fatigue. And I'm so thankful that I learned that and I found LMNT to help me. My workouts have been greatly improved and my recovery time is amazing. Right now, LMNT is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any LMNT order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share LMNT with a salty friend. Get yours at drinklmnt.com/Kilby. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Kilby. This offer may be claimed by first-time or returning LMNT customers. This offer is exclusively available through VIP LMNT partners like the Kilby Life. You won't find this offer publicly anywhere. Make sure to click the link down in the description or go to drinklmnt.com/Kilby to get your free sample pack today.
I have a guy I work with right now who I love dearly, and he's, probably 80 pounds at least overweight, and he's having some heart issues and breathing issues, and he's having more and more physical problems, late 50s, and his doctor says he has heart problems and he needs to take it easy. And I'm looking at him and I'm sad because, not to pick on him, but he's complaining about his health, but he's not doing anything to change it. And so, should I just rush up to him and say, hey, you need to change all the things that you're doing in your life? Stop drinking the pop, stop snacking constantly, stop eating all those carbs, they're killing you, they're making your health worse, they're killing your heart, they're making it so you can't breathe, you can't do exercise, everything is way more labor intensive than it needs to be. No, wouldn't work. What I need to do is just being a good example in front of them. So yeah, I haven't really looked at carbs like an addiction, and since I've had experience with addiction, I thought I might share a little bit of insight. Addictions are one of those things you can't just will yourself off of it. I watched a little bit of the video from the carb addict doctor, and he said that addicts don't have control, and I agree, and obviously it's more nuanced than that. I think it's deeper than that. He was saying that people need to start with boundaries, but if you don't have control, how are you going to make up boundaries? And how are you going to make boundaries if you don't know you have a problem? Carbs are permissible, and it's hard to get away from them. The doctor recommended getting the stuff out of your house, but that's not practical for everybody. I have a wife and 8 children that eat also, and just because I have a carb addiction doesn't mean they can't have carbs. You can't change unless you want to. So how do you get to want to change? A way that comes to mind is seeing someone else do it. That's part of the reason I'm doing this video, because, and a lot of people on YouTube doing carnivore videos, because they did it and they're sharing it, and they're trying to be an inspiration and encouragement for other people to try it. because it changed their lives. It changed my life. And it's currently changing my life. I'm still in process of healing my body and getting over the carb addiction. All right, let's do this. A little bit sweaty. 120 days. I just walked inside the house and my wife looked at me and said, "Whoa, you look like the high school wrestling team." Why was she checking out the high school wrestling team? That my A1C level, which was 6.5 last time. The time before that was 6.6. Another time it was 6.7. But this time it was 5.7. And I saw that and I was just like, oh, I felt like crying. I literally felt like crying because I have worked so hard for that. I worked so hard for that. And if you look at the panel, 5.7 was the lowest number on that thing for essentially pre-diabetes. I'm like, my hard work, my determination, my stick-to-itiveness, the willpower, prayer, putting my stuff on YouTube, the accountability, all the encouraging words, all the good jobs and all the encouragement got me to this place, and I felt so good.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Don't be discouraged anymore. You'll find the thing you've been looking for. Pick up the pieces off the floor. Just trust it'll be alright. Your heart is lonely, but it's strong. You might be lost now, and it's not wrong. You'll discover the way, even if it feels long. Just trust it'll be alright.
So if you've been around the carnivore community for very long, you see there'll be conflicting ways of doing it. This person does this person does this person does this. And I think there's a lot of room in this diet to kind of find your own voice. When everyone's working together is where you'll find the growth and the real strength. It's not these fringe sides of anything. That's just because someone's voice is loud doesn't mean they're right. You gotta find your own voice. Find your way of eating on this diet. Make sure it works for you and be willing to learn and adapt.
Television. The third one would be video games. We'll start with social media. Did you know that the average person on social media, how much time do you think they spend a year? The average person in a year spends 706 hours per year. The good news is a lot of you are younger, you're above average, baby. You're way up there.
Today is my 180-day carnivore update. I've been in a unhealthy, unspiritual, abusive relationship. And no, I'm not talking about my marriage or even my kids. No, I'm talking about the abusive, codependent relationship I've had with food. So, I got some exciting news. I've inspired a lot of you guys to start this carnivore diet, start a no-carb, low-carb diet. I've inspired a lot of you to start again. I've encouraged you on the process. I've encouraged you to continue the journey. I've encouraged you while you're on the journey. I inspired you to get back up faster when you fall down. I've inspired a lot of things, and you've inspired me. And my wife came to me the other day and said, "Do you know what? I'm gonna try a 30-day challenge." I inspired my wife. Oh. This is my 9-month check-in. Whew, man, 9 months on the carnivore diet. What can I say? Oh, I'm trying to breathe. It's been great. It's been great. Perfect? No, it hasn't been perfect, but it's been great. A lot of wrestling with what nutrition is and isn't, the science behind it, and it's still confusing to me. I've learned a lot, but there's always dissenting voices, and it can be troubling sometimes just what voice to listen to. And I was just reminded yesterday again that you need to pay attention to your body and how does your body feel. And my body sometimes feels strong and sometimes feels weak. I have good days, I have bad days. But I just got done working out. You can see my muscles are coming in, and you know, I still got some body fat. As of today, it's not just about the weight loss, but I am down 53 pounds. 53 pounds from the highest weight that I saw. 53 pounds. That's crazy. Not only that, but my mental health is improved. You can ask my wife. She's not gonna lie to you. And I stopped snoring. Not only that, but it boosts my confidence. I've been walking by the mirror and going, oh, who's that guy? Oh, who's that guy? It's been happening for a while now, and it's just blows me away. I've become a different person. 11 months on the carnivore diet. I'm like a whole new man. I'm trying to see how many steps. You know, I've already done over 5,000 steps today. Which I was gonna say, I got this watch for Christmas. And if you go to killbelife.com, that watch is on there. It's the only one I've used. I think my wife has used one. And I know there's Apple watches. This is just like an Android. This is a Fitbit. But getting this watch has really been good accountability for me also. I'm trying to hit that 10,000 steps a day, at least 5 days a week. And having this watch really helps that. I can see where I'm at and track it. There's been a couple nights where I'm like, well, I'm so close, let's do some sit-ups, and I'm getting steps for sit-ups, so is that cheating? Kinda. But hey, I'm doing sit-ups. Who the heck does sit-ups? I guess I do now, 5 days a week, every night. Some people say, no pain, no gain. I say, hey. I did it. I did the carnivore diet for a whole year. I would give myself an A. Not an A+, an A. Because I passed. Had a few rough days here and there, but I ate 99.9% carnivore. I did something. I finally did something. I finally did something that I was putting off. I think I'm gonna live. Now I think I'm gonna live. Now my chances of growing older, seeing great grandkids, has increased. It's greatly increased. I think I'm gonna live. I did something. I did something. Like my gloves. 1 year on the carnivore diet, and wouldn't you know, today I have another doctor's appointment with an endocrinologist because my LDL cholesterol is high, and it went high as soon as I went on this diet. I stood on this porch on day 11 and said they were concerned about my cholesterol being high, and yes, my LDL cholesterol is still high last time we checked.
but my HDL has gone way up. VLDL has gone way down. My triglycerides have gone way down. All my other markers have gone down, and I still am involved in a medical system where my doctor doesn't know a lot about cholesterol and hyper responders. All right, we'll see. Let's see if this doctor today has anything they have to say, if I learned anything today. So I just want to say thank you for everyone that's been supporting the Kilby Life, been with me this whole year on this journey, and it's been an amazing year. I've seen so much life change, and it's been dramatic. It's been dramatic, and I'm so thankful. And I just was saying over and over again, I got to do something. I got to do something. I still got to do something. I still got to do something. I still have responsibility for my health. I still have to take responsibility for my health. And I just want you to know that you can take responsibility for your health and start going on a journey. Next thing you know, you're going to be a year in. Ironically, yesterday, my training, all the training I did with Rivero and Dr. Sean Baker is paid off, and I am now a coach on the Carnivore diet site. So if you are looking for coaching, you go to the carnivorediet.com, or you could go to the kilbylife.com and you can click on coaching, and we could set up a meeting to do some coaching, and you could start taking control of your health. I thought someone was staring out the window again. Again, I just want to thank everyone that watches these Kilby Life videos. If you've been inspired, motivated by the work I've done over this past year, I just would appreciate it if I've earned it, just to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with somebody. Share it with somebody that is struggling like I was, just struggling on not knowing what to do. Maybe somehow my video could be a catalyst in their life for change. I don't think I'm anything special. I still can't believe that I've made some change. But with God's help, with your help and accountability, I have gone a year on the carnivore diet. And I came up with the saying, your day tomorrow starts with sleep. So get some good sleep. I would say eat some meat, lay off those carbs and sugars, set a goal for yourself, and then repeat. And now it's time for me to reevaluate. What am I supposed to do at 1 year in? And I've been working that out. And so I went from 30 days to 90 days, from a 90-day challenge to a 6-month challenge, and from a 6-month challenge to a year challenge. So I think my next challenge is going to be a 2-year challenge, because I have a feeling that it's going to take me 2 years to heal. And I don't know what that means. I just have a feeling it's going to take me 2 years to heal. And when I get there, I'm going to have to reassess. But you know, I'm going to need a lot of accountability and support during this next year. My goal is to be pretty strict carnivore. I'll probably do some line diet challenges, beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenges. But right now I've kind of opened up what I'm eating on carnivore, because I was really strict doing a lot of line diet and, you know, and eggs and stuff here and there. But over here, that's a lot of days. But I've enjoyed my fish Fridays. I've enjoyed eating some shrimp here and there. And I almost feel sometimes like it's not necessary for me to beat my body into submission anymore. That being said, I know I need to be careful. I know I need to be careful. But with your help, with God's help, the support of my family, my loved ones, sky's the limit, man. All right, love you guys. Kilby out. Peace.